Welcome to Hollywood Deli. I'm your host, Blue. Sister Wives, episode 9. Let's get into it. So it starts with Meri and Janelle meeting at Meri's house. Meri's very empty house. Meri and Janelle start talking about how they don't hate each other in their confessionals and that they just don't vibe pretty much together as Janelle is walking through Meri's house. So Janelle came to warn Meri that Coyote Pass, the bill is up and it's due in like 72 days, and if they don't pay it, it's in danger of being lost. And Meri just seemed like I don't know, it's just weird. Like Meri was just like, I don't know why she's here vibe, and I could care less vibe when it comes to Coyote Pass. That's just the vibe I got. And then Kody was I'm sorry. Let me back up a couple of ticks. Then it cuts to Kody, and Kody is riding a four wheeler with a shovel piece to it, and he's moving all the snow because apparently they got a lot of snow up there, which hence is the reason why they move from this mini mansion to a bigger mansion because they get a lot of snow up there, and the winters are harsh up where they live at, and so they were tired of it, and so that's why they moved allegedly. So then, obviously, he's not going to dig up all that snow by himself. So he puts the kids to work and pretends to be having a snow fight. So they start having a snow fight, and he tells the little girl, his daughter, I forget her name, not to hit the car. And what does she do? She hits the car, and he holds his tongue. He was in shock that she hit the van, not the van. I'm sorry, the truck, and he's in his confessional saying he's got to hold it, bite his tongue, and not get upset. No, Cody, you're holding your tongue and not getting upset because you know that the cameras are rolling. And you do not want to be getting canceled for screaming at a child. You know. So anyway, so then it cuts back to Janelle and Meri. And Meri tells Janelle that she's moving, hence the empty house. And so, you know, they keep talking and Meri goes and talks about how she's moving or whatever. And Janelle goes into her confessional and talks about, Meri and so Janelle so Meri tells, Janelle that she's moving on. And Janelle goes into her confessional and says it's about darn time. Mary's just too damn loyal. She's loyal like a dog. First she called Robyn a cow last episode. Now she's calling Mary a dog, and she clarified. I'm not calling her a dog. I'm just saying she's loyal to a fault. And then Janelle tells Meri that she's leaving Kody, and that she needs something different. And then she and Meri, I'm sorry. Then Meri asks her, "Is she happy?" And Janelle says she is. She's very happy. And she asks Meri, "Is she happy?" And Meri says, "I'm okay." Obviously she's not happy about it, and she wishes things would have went differently. And Janelle said it's not a bad thing though, Meri. And Meri then says that she just wishes things would have went differently with the family. And then they have this awkward silence. And then Janelle says she wishes it wouldn't have went this way, and she wishes things were different too. It is so cringy watching these two interact. It's crazy. Meri and Janelle continue to speak, and Janelle tells Meri that look, we really need to get this property paid off. I don't know if Cody's going to pay it off. He's saying he doesn't have the money. And so Meri gets accusatory and she says, "Well, I was under the impression that you were handling all the money, Janelle." And she says, "No, I'm not. I'm just the bookkeeper." So then Janelle goes into her confessional and says that she has suspected that Kody was telling people that she was the one handling money. Hint, hint. I'm not him, AKA, if we lose this property, it's Janelle's fault, not mine. So Janelle warns Meri that she's going to get burned, and if she doesn't lawyer up, and Meri once again is in denial and blindly believes that, Janelle was handling the money per Kody. And she proceeds to say that she's not taking any sides because to Meri, because to Meri, everyone had a hand in how the money was handled. And, everybody pretty much wants to blame each other or blame Kody. And she's still, once again, defending him. I think Meri isn't worried because, like I said, no, not like I said. It's been said in the Reddit streets that Meri is the richest wife because of, LuLaRoe, and also now she has the Worthy Ups MLM that she created. So Meri isn't worried about that Coyote Pass money. Like, she is financially good enough that she could take the hit. Janelle's not. Janelle's effed up. That's why we see Janelle paranoid and worried, because, like Janelle said, this is her estate and this is all she has from the marriage with Kody, and all she has, period, because she didn't take care of herself. She took care of everybody else, and she let Kody get his hands on the money like a big dummy. So anyway, Meri says that Cody's always robbed Peter to pay Paul. Meri said that everyone has an opinion about how the money is going, how the money was spent, and Meri says she's not worried about it. She like looks Janelle dead in the eyes, like, I'm not worried about that. She thinks that Kody will be fair, and she asks, Janelle, did she have her back? And Janelle said, I will look out for you, but you really need to protect yourself. And so Meri said that she expects Kody in her confessional to be a gentleman, and I'm like, girl, a gentleman and fair. Do you think it was fair, and he was a gentleman when he, kicked you out of the family? Janelle then realizes, talking to Meri, that she still blindly trusts Kody, and she's not sure if she should even told Meri this, because she thinks that she'll go running right back to Kody with this information. And I think she will too. I think that's what Kody creates, is snitch wise, because Janelle um, talked about a time where uh, Robyn snitched on her to Kody, and he went after her in regards to the big house, and Janelle not wanting them to purchase it, and she went crying to Kody that Janelle was being mean, and so he went after her, and Janelle shut up. And then I think that was the same dynamic with Meri, where Meri would tell on the other wives, which is why I think the other wives don't like her, don't trust her. So anyway, so it cuts to Christine, and once again, she's rushing this relationship, and now they're looking at houses to buy. And they talk about their first date, David and she. And David said after the first date, he knew that he wanted to be with Christine for the rest of his life, and even said that his dad was just like that when it came to his mother, and that they got married within 7 days, and so he thinks they're moving slow. He joked. Christine then talked about how when she was with Kody, she had complete control of the relationship, is in complete control of the house, and she did all the picking out things, the paint how things would go in the house, furniture, because Cody really wasn't interested. She, in her opinion, they didn't work as a unit. She was a single person. Now she finds that she has to slow down now that she's with David, let him have a say and work with him as a partner. Christine continues to shade Cody and says that he didn't do anything in her home, and said that he was really involved in Robyn's house. She even found out how involved he was in Robyn's house. Cody, of course, denies Christine's accusations and seems to think that he and Christine, when they were in Vegas, was had a fun time designing where they would be nesting. Dude, you didn't even stay at her house in Vegas nesting. Anyway, Christine then talks about cutting ties when she was leaving polygamy, and hopes that Meri and Janelle move forward in whatever way that looks. I get like this vibe that she just like looks down on Meri uh, and Janelle, because they're not moving at her pace. And it's like, why are you in such a race, Christine? Like, they're not in a rush to move on. I feel like they're doing it the right way. They're healing. Christine's not healing. She's trying to put all the hurt and everything that she didn't get from her relationship onto David. Like, not put the hurt on him, but put like she's overly affectionate, and just overly trying to sell that she is so in love and that he's her soulmate. So anyway, it cuts to Christine talking about going to Gwen's engagement party, and David meets the kids. Is meeting the kids, there at the engagement part, and so he really gets immersed into the family, and they all drove down to this engagement party with David, and so they get to the party, and David's talking to the other kids. I think Gabe meets them, and I forget what the other Janelle's other daughter's name is. I forget her name. Savannah. She meets them, and then he's talking to Gabe, and he talks about how like Christine was stalking him on the app, and he had to pay an extra $60 to to talk to her because he was like on the free version of it. And everybody's like, the best $60 you ever spent. He's like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. So anyway, it was just weird that he told that story. They briefly talked to Gwen, and Gwen, um, not talk to Gwen. I'm sorry. They briefly talk about Gwen and how it was when Gwen came out to the family, and how she wasn't like overly articulate about it like Mary's daughter was, and wasn't like on some kind of mission. And she just said, "Look, I'm attracted to both sex," and that's that. Kody lies to us and tells us that look, said a prayer and he said, "Look, God is the one to judge and he's the one to love." And I'm like, bullshit. Uh-uh. And not in that faith you were once in. Once again, David's age comes up when speaking to Gwen. He's talking to Gwen and she's acting like he's so old and then even pretends to puke. Christine's kids are so extra and weird. Like, but not weird, just awkward. Christine comes to her man's defense and says he's not old and da 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 da. And then Aspen says, in the confessional, David's a good guy. He really seems like a good guy, except for the rushing thing. She really just does not like the rushing. So then it cuts to the commercial, and Robyn and Kody found out that David is going to be at the engagement party. So then it comes back, and Christine gives us a tea because Kody told Gwendolyn he wasn't even coming. And now he's coming. So it wasn't until he found out that David was going to the party from the other kids, this came out of Cody's mouth, that he rushed to the party to meet David. They wanted to be nosy. So Christine is mad that they're coming because the focus is going to be on Kody and Robyn again, which is the same dynamic they've always created in the family. And Meri said that, I'm sorry, and Meri said in her confessional, she made sure that she was not going to be walking in with Kody and Robyn and not behind them. So she made sure she was in front of them, which, symbolized that she is no longer with him. She's no longer with them and she's no longer their third wheel. So Gwen then told Kody and Robyn about, so I'm sorry, I'm skipping around. My bad. Christine is so then you know Gwen tells Cody and Robyn about the tattoo party. That's a tattoo party. Of course, Robyn said she's not getting a tattoo, and apparently Cody said he had a tattoo phobia, and now all of a sudden he's thinking about getting a tattoo ring because he's in monogamy. Oh boy, bye. And he apparently was disgusted by tattoo, all the things that turned Christine on because she wanted a bald man with tattoos, and that's everything that David is. And he used to ride a motorcycle. So Mary's introduced to David and she's being nice. And she even made a joke about being catfished. And because, Christine told her that she met David online. So Christine showed Meri the New Beginnings tattoo that she and David are planning to get. And Meri immediately goes in her confessional, shading Christine, being shady, and says that she plans to tattoo every boyfriend that she gets name on her leg and then proceeds to laugh. And see, I'm like, Meri, this is why no one likes you. You're so shady, and you're just like, she just she tries to come off as self righteous sometimes. Like that's the vibe that I got when she was talking to Janelle when Janelle was trying to warn her, and Janelle only did it because she wanted to have a not guilty conscience for when she burns Meri because she was a part of the whole configuration of that land, and she was one making sure that Meri didn't get certain pieces of land because she didn't want Meri cutting off the access to that poopy swamp that they had on the land. And so Janelle's trying to sell it to us that she has this good conscience. I'm like, oh please. You didn't care. You were all for it when they gave her a small parcel on the property, and you and Robyn were getting the bigger pieces, and Christine and Meri were getting super small pieces. So for you to sit here and act all self righteous, I'm just not buying it. I am just not buying it. So I think I lost my spot. So anyway, so Christine is talking to Meri and she's showing her the tattoo, whatever. And so Meri tells Christine she left Kody at the party, and Christine tries to encourage Meri that it's better on the other side, and even gives Meri a hug. Meri is, wasn't is still holding on because she wouldn't join Christine in saying that she's happy to be free from the toxicity of Kody. Christine hugs Meri again and tried to reassure that it will get better. Meri, of course, goes into her confessional and admits that she's not happy about being pushed out by Kody and that she doesn't trust Christine and that their relationship is not in this place where she would trust Christine to open up. Kody hugs Gwen and Beatrice and um, talks about the tattoos, and he immediately goes to asking, "Are they getting matching tattoos?" And he said that that would be cheesy. Everybody's shading Christine because Christine and David are getting matching tattoos. Just jealous. He then said that I have my shy wife, my pretty wife, and here with me. And I'm like, he says she's shy with others, but not with me. And it's like, no, she's shy. She's nervous because she talks so much shit in the confessionals. And now she has to be in a room with these people that she talks shit on, call them fat and ugly and have stretch marks. You don't remember? She's not shy. That lady's not shy talking like that. So anyway, so then he proceeds to say that Robyn said, what if he's a hunk, Kody? And of course, Kody cares that he's a hunk. And once again, Robyn is trying to compete with Christine because she's worried about what is his name? David looks like. Kody then meets David and he immediately says, I heard you held my grandchild. And McKelty could not help but rub his nose in it and say he did more than that. He watched them while we got pedicures. And Cody's face gets beet red. And he says in his confessional that David spent more time talking to Robyn. So now he thinks that David wants Robyn. It's like, Kody, I know you think your wife is the Diesel Jean model and everybody wants Robyn, but nobody cares. So anyway, Robyn in her confessional said that it doesn't feel right, Christine with David, even though she know that's not none of her business and she shouldn't be saying it. She feels like Christine belongs with them. And it's like, Robyn, nobody wants to sit there and watch you be happy and be miserable. Like, move on. So Kody, in his confessional says Christine was hanging off of David's arm and soon realizes that he's more than a boyfriend, but then claims that's none of his business. They're jealous. Him and Robyn are jealous. Christine then expresses, guilt that Gwen's engagement party became about Kody and Robyn meeting David, and really really gave kudos to Gwen for just putting on a brave face, but she knows that her daughter's upset. And she then talks about how she's getting married and Robyn and Kody are not coming, they're not doing that to her, pretty much making her moment about them. It then ends with a scene of Isabel crying to Christine and saying that, because they're moving so fast, and saying that he's not going to replace my dad, is he, to Christine? And then Isabel says in her confessional that she feels like her relationship with her dad is going to be lost forever. Now that she has, Christine's new boyfriend, and I'm like, girl, you don't have a relationship with your dad. Do you not forget that this man did not show up for your damn surgery? He could care less about you. But anyway, make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you leave 5-star rating, and y'all have a good night.